Hi, everyone. My name is Amanda DeCarlo, and I am the primary facilitator for the Wheels of Change Holistic Tools for Recovery Professionals offering. I'm very excited about my own recovery journey and seeing how these holistic tools can enrich and support others that are supporting people in recovery. Part of my journey took me into being a recovery coach about a year and a half ago now. And for years before that, I've been a holistic practitioner working in Reiki and sound healing, yoga, breath work, all of those different modalities, and have seen how that has so deeply impacted my own path, first in harm reduction and then into sobriety and an active recovery. So I'm really passionate about being able to offer these tools for the beautiful individuals in the community that support the treatment centers, that support people out on the streets coming into their first glimpse of sobriety or recovery or harm reduction. And I know how meaningful it is for those individuals in service to refill their cups. Because when we give of ourselves in that way to support another person in their pinnacle, in their moment of change, in their moment of growth, their moment of recognizing that they want something healthier, better, more lively for themselves in their lives, that it's really easy to experience burnout. And it is so, so important for the givers to receive. So that's why I'm here. That's why my higher power brought Wheels of Change into an offering, is to be able to pour into the cups of those that are giving so fully of themselves to transform tragedy into miracles. And that's why I'm here. And my friend Alan saw a post that I made about this, about wanting to share in the world of sound healing and how vibration and frequency can help support those individuals. And I feel so blessed that Alan reached out to me to see what was going on in Denver, Colorado, and what was happening with my world with sound healing. So we had the pleasure of meeting at Sunfire Fest at Tico Time Resort, which was a great healing festival where a bunch of us got to come together and fill our cups and heal and transform and raise the energy and raise the vibration with the intention of holding that space of healing for our planet. So it's really awesome for us to come back together right now. And I would love to introduce Alan Pratt to you. And Alan, how are you today? I'm so glad you're here.
Hi, Amanda. Excellent to be with you. Hello, everybody. This was a perfect description of our meeting. It was a beautiful healing event in New Mexico. And I would like to say right off that I did not know Amanda at all. And I know hundreds of healers and sound healers around the United States. I've been touring the country since 2009. And I am not a sound healer myself. I'm an energy healer. And I am a sound healer in that I use my voice, but I don't work with musical instruments. And I also do not read music. So I have great respect for people like Amanda who walk the walk to learn the techniques and the skills of doing full on sound healing. And what I do is I tour the country and I partner with sound healing musicians and other energy healers in ensembles of up to 30 for groups of people up to 300. That's about the biggest events I've done so far. Most of them I work with one or two people, and it's for groups of, say, maybe 20 to 30 people. Out of the hundreds of people that I have worked with, I want to say to the people who are listening, because you're in the Denver area or in Colorado, that Amanda is off the charts. I don't want to use the right words. You are wild. You are wild and powerful and authentic and professional, and you have a powerful impact on the participants. That's the most important thing to let people know. And this is why I would like to support you in this particular event. And Spirit guides me. Like I'm not really doing a whole lot of events in different cities right now, but I'm driving to the West Coast from the East Coast, and I got a hit from Spirit. That's what I call it. I got a hit from Spirit. I thought, Amanda DeCarlo, I was blown away by her sound healing presentation at the Sunfire Festival 2 years ago. And And so I thought, just check in with her. You're going to be there right around the end of the month. Who knows? Let's see. But I was not surprised when you said, yes, here's the event. And I thought, good spirit, you're good at this. And so, because I have one in Ohio, that didn't exist a few days ago. And in a few days, I'm doing a circle in Ohio with another amazing healer. And then you. And so that, do I want to say anything else about our meeting? I do. Um, I want to talk about that I saw a reaction, that I saw the impact that it was having on people, because I want people to understand from a healer's point of view what I look for when I'm facilitating a healing event, a circle or anything larger. I look to see if there's something happening with people's breathing, with how, if their bodies are moving. I think we call this Kundalini energy, the Kundalini awakening. I look to see if people's bodies are sort of, if energy is moving, if they're having a release, if they're coughing, yawning, if emotions are coming up, if they're literally having an experience. That's what I look for. But I also got to say, it's not required. People, I have talked to people who I thought, oh, they didn't seem to have much of an experience. They were real quiet. If it's somebody I don't know, they haven't been to my events before, and I'll check afterwards, like, thank you for coming. And then I'm so surprised sometimes when people who were just like still like a corpse and didn't make any sound at all will say, oh, I was visited by my spirit guides and I saw this and I had this epiphany. And I'll go, wow, you don't know what's going on for people. So I'm just clarifying that for the people who are listening. But I do know that when I walked into your sound healing at the Sunfire Festival, the most of the people were having I don't know if visceral is the right word. Yes. And that I could visibly see, I was like, okay, this is the real deal. I want to work with this person because I saw it. I could see it. And I thought this is so similar to when I do work. All right, I'll stop talking for a minute.
So thank you for sharing your experience. It was incredible meeting there, and I remember your workshop and the the depth and I'll say profundity of the impact of energy that was opened up in the channel that you hold and that you create for spirit to work with the individuals in that space. And I too observe when I am coming into other people's spaces of energetic circle to see one, the performance of how it's channeled through, but also to how people are responding to the experience. And I know that my husband, for one, had a deeply moving, profound,
Right.
impactful experience that he's a very logical and practical man. So for him to have that kind of strong experience really impacted me in witnessing that, as well as my own emotional healing and release that I was experiencing during that time. So I'm just very grateful that spirit is bringing us together for this particular event, which is happening on August 31st at Free Recovery Community in Denver. And we'll post about that and links and how to participate. um, but one of the things, yeah.
I should toss in here for those who are listening. I have deep respect for recovery professionals. I am not a recovery professional. I am in my 20th year of sobriety. I appreciate programs of all kinds, including alternative recovery programs like the um, community that Amanda is involved with. Can you say the name of that one more time?
Free Recovery Community.
I've seen some reels and that's another reason that I said this is so perfect, is because I'm in recovery and deeply grateful for it, coming up on a big anniversary, and feel a kinship with recovery professionals.
Thank you for sharing that. It's I am coming up on 2 years of abstinence and sobriety and actually working a program of recovery. My program prior to that was, we'll be honest, California sober, harm reduction, moving through, like, I'm not an addict. I just had problems with A, B, C at different points in my life. And what I've come to learn in recovery through the inspiration of my daughter, who has 2 years of recovery and is in the community here in Denver, is that it was never about the substance or whatever it was, whether it was, drugs, alcohol, sex, whatever it was that my addiction was expressing itself as in that moment. It was about my thinking. And it was about the way that I think about myself and the way that I think about the world and seek external validation and seek more of whatever it is. It doesn't matter, insert whatever into that blank. And I'm so grateful for active recovery in teaching me a new way to think, a new way to live, a new way to be that really supports my spiritual growth and supports me being completely entwined with my higher power and spirit. And that is what has been profound for me in recovery is I've spent my whole life seeking that connection point in so many different ways. And I've found it in a beautiful degree in lots of different places and things. But what I feel now is so much more grounded in presence of truly surrendering myself to the will of my higher power. And in that, my work has become more potent as well. And my service has become more pure. And that is really what Wheels of Change, this offering, is all about, is birthing all of these different experiences from my life, from my journey, into this one beautiful container of service to support the individuals that have shown me a new way to live. And it's a passion of mine to be able to give back through the modalities that I have picked up along this seeking journey. And my passion is in sound, is in music, is in vibration, is in frequency, is in the elements, is in blending this cacophony of sound into something that creates a space for each individual to have their own connection, their own experience, their own shake and rattle and roll
This
to
is why I used the
here.
word wild. That's why the word wild was the first thing that had to come out. And I have to add to it. It's like animals are moving through you, and they do through me too.
Mhm.
It's like the spirits of the animals and the plants and the forces of nature and the elements, the wind, the fire, the water, everything, all of that. That's what I felt when I approached the Healing Dome that day at that festival. So everything you just said, I say, aho, well spoken. And for the people who may be attending and inviting people to your event on the 31st, I'd like to say a bit about the course of the event, how you're going to open that, and I'm going to turn it over to you. So I'm just going to say the part that I'm going to do while you do the sound healing. And so what I do is when sound healers are center stage, is I move around when I'm supporting and assisting, is I move around the room and I work with individuals where they are. People are either lying down or sitting, and I do individual work with people to shift energy, to remove trauma, to help people release, to open up the channels, and to receive. I won't be shy. I'm a master. I'm a bit of an exorcist. I use the word, oh boy, does it get shamanic. We go deep. People let stuff out, and it's good. We all got some stuff to let go of. And so there's stuff to let out. And then I'm also a master activator of higher abilities. And as I say that, my finger, this spirit takes my arm and points my finger at the screen saying, so is Amanda, an activator of higher abilities. So what both of us do is clear out the old, bring in the new, clear out the heavy, bring in the light, all like that. So that's what I will be doing. And if people are not comfortable with me working directly with them one-on-one, it's so people just like hold up a hand like, I'm good, like that. That's how most healers work in sound healings. They let everybody know, we respect your space if that's what you want, if you just want to receive from a distance. So we're very conscious about that. Thank you.
Absolutely. Agreed. Very well said. And that is, of huge importance for everybody to know that your autonomy and your safe space will completely be honored as we co-create and we share together as a circle of people. Um, every sound bath is different, and that is because it is built on the energy in the room of the participants, and that is what guides it 100%. So it's always a little different. But what you can expect and what is part of the programming is we'll do guided somatic exploration to ground and center for the first few 20 minutes ish of the 90-minute workshop. And then we'll have immersive sound bath to soothe the nervous system and restore balance for around an hour. And then, so important to me is the integration process. So we'll come out together, we'll breathe, we'll come back to the physical space and take a moment to integrate and share as much or as little as you'd like about your experience. But it's really important to breathe in the experience, ground it in your body so that you can take the highest benefit with you. So what that looks like a little bit is we open the circle, we do introductions. I love everybody to voice their name into the circle and one word that sets their intention. That is your contract with your higher power of what you're there to create that day, because you are the master creator of your experience. And we're here to hold space for that and to shake shit up a little bit and make it interesting, right? With sounds and movement and energy and all those fun things that come through. But you are in charge of your experience, of how you set your intention of what you would like to release or receive, or just be open to new experiences is one of the intentions that I love from people so much, because then you're wide open to see what happens. It's beautiful. And then during the sound bath, I always encourage people, if you want to be still and you want to lay down, that is wonderful. But also, if your body needs to move and you need to shake and you need to do yoga, or you want to stand on your head, or whatever it is that works for you today, do it. Feel free in that space to move and grow and shift and shake and massage, or whatever you need to do for yourself to feel supported, because you are your number one healer. We're not here to heal you. We are here to hold space for you to unfold. And that is what it's all about. So you have the autonomy in your experience to move if you want to. And also, oh, howl if you want to. You can be part of the cacophony of sound. If you feel so inspired to voice something, please do, because that just adds to the layers of miracles that occur in this space. And then at the end, when we close, we share one word. We all share one word to put into that space, something that came from our heart from that experience. And it's a beautiful way to share together the shared experience while honoring our own experience as well. So with that, some logistics: please bring a yoga mat, a blanket, a pillow, a bolster, or all of them if you want to. Bring a bottle of water. You're welcome to have water in the space, and I highly encourage you to stay hydrated because we move a ton of energy. It's going to be in the main sanctuary space at Free, which, if you've been there, is just a phenomenal space all of itself, but it has great acoustics, a lot of space for us all to spread out and just be free. And like they say at Free, we don't do shame. So show up as you are, and we're going to welcome you into that space exactly as you are. This program is focused primarily for recovery professionals, but if you see this and you feel called, please know that wherever you're at in your journey, you are welcome, with the knowing and honoring that this is a sober space. So we welcome all people who are there to receive. If you feel called, please show up. We would love to have you. Wear comfortable clothing and be ready for an adventure.
Well spoken again. If you would like to look at me online, check out my work. My website is alanpratt.net, ALANPRATT.net. And you can search Alan Pratt Healing on YouTube, and their videos.
Awesome. If you want to know more about my background and work and holistic work, please check out Breath.Dance. It has information about the Wheels of Change program, about our partners in the recovery community, Nexus Recovery, and just about the modalities that are part of the integration of Sound Bath as I share my offerings. So there's information about all of that out there. We'll post links to the event with registration links. We have it set up on Eventbrite for individuals, treatment centers, or other corporate companies that want to bring their teams. We have pricing options for teams of up to 10 and teams of up to 20. And the space holds up to 200 people. So bring a friend. We've got room for you and are definitely looking forward to hosting and sharing in this experience with you. Thank you so much for joining us today, Alan. I can't wait to see you and hug you and to collaborate and co-create together. It's an honor that Spirit brought you to connect with me at this time so that we can share in something special. And I can't wait to see what comes of this.
Agreed. Agreed. I'll hug you soon.